Do you agree with Wemby for saying that he's the best player in the league?
He didn't say he was the best player in the league.
He said, when I come back, I will be the best. It'll be me.
When he comes back full healthy.
Okay. And he has come back. He has risen.
No, I don't think. He didn't mean like as soon as he step on, he plays 10 minutes. I think when he said he's coming back and he's playing full minutes, he's back starting. The fact that he can he's very intelligent because he looks at the game as if he's researched 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s basketball. So he can separate the difference between offense, overall. He has the understanding of the full game of basketball, and how he said it, he's right. Offensively, what everything Joker brings offensively to the game, he can say he's the best at it, right? When you're talking about the full
inch
package,
for inch, or just the best?
The full package of it. You have
package of it.
You have Shea, who plays both sides of the court, and you have somebody like Giannis who plays both sides of the court. So he feels as what his defense is and what he brings on the offensive side. When he's playing at a very high level, he can say that his total package of what he brings, he is the best player in NBA.
Total package.
Total package.
Educated brother on the end of the couch.
No, he's not tripping, but he has a tend to go back into being a lunchtime baller, but the potential is there. Also would like him to mention Castle. Castle's turning into one of my favorite players too. Like, he's turning into an all-around great player on this team. But for Wemby, he got it. It's hard to beat 7'4", that could do everything that them guys he mentioned does, but play both sides of the floor. I think he's like in that, like the Kobe Fro mode when he came back and he's starting to realize his game and where he's at amongst the players in the NBA. And yeah, you'll see.
That's why you say he has the potential to go back to being a lunchtime hooper. Do you feel like he's escaped that lunchtime hooper stigma that you placed on him last season?
Yeah, he listened, but he came out the gates, wanting to prove educated brother wrong. But like in games like in the cup final, the championship game, whatever, the in-season championship, like that fourth quarter, he started settling for more threes and forcing threes and stuff, instead of sticking to the game plan he's been doing all year. So
let's move to this side of the couch. Mr. B, you agree with Wemby saying he thinks he's the best player in the league?
He has the ability to be. I think if he gets some more games under his belt, go deeper into the playoffs. Defensively, he's definitely going to be one of the greatest defensive players ever if he stays healthy. But it's just time. It just takes time. Right now, SGA, Giannis, Jokic, they're all already proven, and they're already still going right now. But I think if he makes more deeper runs in the playoffs and stay healthy, get easier shots offensively and be able to put the whole, everything together, I think it'll be okay.
Rashad, you've been a big fan of Wemby. Knicks and Wemby were your two teams, I believe, entering this season. You appreciate the confidence from Wemby saying that he thinks he's the best player in the league current.
Well, I like to talk hoop. So we're going to do that. Let's go back to the one notion that he brought to the beginning of the season, which was sorting out other players in the history of the game, trying to take the knowledge and wisdom from what they have, putting it into his game. The potential has always been there. I was talking to my sister the other day about how when he played against Rudy Gobert when he was 16, 17 years old, proving that he can actually take a leap forward based on just his raw abilities. I think still now with the Spurs, he's being held back just a little bit based on him having to play in the reference of finding out how they're going to build around him in the totality of his talents. So a lot of the things that he was doing in the championship game was based on the flow of the game, how the team was playing, and him not having to force things up, but still having a minutes restriction. So if you think about coming off the bench being cold, you want to get into the flow of the game, so you throw up a couple shots just to see if you can get the flow of the game, get the feel of the game. He's not a big man. I think that's the one notion we have to get out of with him, and he's not a 5. He is a guard. He is Bobo. He is one of those guys that we have to really respect the fact that he's never played a big man position. But defensively, he does what he's supposed to do. He changes the game. He makes people change their shot. He makes people question whether they should go inside or not. That alone just changes his trajectory when it comes to him thinking that he can be the best player. And I think that's the number one thing everybody needs to pay attention to. He said, this is what I think of myself. Everybody else don't have to think that he is, but my notion is his. I think that he is, and I think that he should keep that confidence, the same confidence Anthony Edwards had when he came out saying what he said about himself. And if he keeps that energy is going to trickle down throughout the whole team, and they all going to feel the same way.
Like what you said?
I said I forgot about Ant-Man.
Yeah, but good. Your point too. I think with Wemby, it's the totality of the game, right? What I can do on the defensive side. I may not be there offensively on Jokic's level yet, getting there, but I bring on that other side a potential defensive player of the year candidate every season as long as he can hit that 65 game threshold.
Yeah, the upside is his offense because it's so raw, right? He has all the tools to be an unstoppable offensive force. As what he's lacking is the IQ of scoring the ball, right? Reading the defense. Like he has basketball IQ, but like a scoring IQ, understanding what a defense is trying to do, how to combat that he doesn't have the pure offensive player's mind yet. Right, he has a basketball mind, but when you're talking about just a straight hooper, like a dude who knows how to just get buckets, like a Brunson mindset, right? Where you know how to manipulate, okay, he's coming from here, let me jump this way, let me fake this pass. Once he starts reading how his defense, he will stop forcing random shit thinking he's open, right? Because he would know he's open because he would know that, okay, I have this little guy here, I'm shooting this. Okay, I'm going to take 2 dribbles. He's going to swipe through, so I'm going to take these little 2, let him swipe, pull it over, shoot. Once he starts doing that, and you'll see it quick, then you will understand. It seems like Cooper Flagg right now has more offensive patience and understanding of offense than Wemby does. But Wemby's ceiling is very, very, it's way higher than Cooper Flagg's will be.
It's hard because he could do so much out there.
Because he wants to do,
and he wants to show so much, so.
He wants to, he really wants to show that he can bing, 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 I got it all, when some games don't need it all.
Yep.
You don't really need it all.
That's true.
You have more than enough. You have 99 dribbling, but you don't really need it. Right? It's like, there's no 99 defense out there for you. So, just make it easier for you. Then once he starts doing that, then the sky is the limit.
Speaking of the limit, Spurs 18-7 to start this season, tied with the Lakers. With that 18-7 record, Lakers are the 3rd seed, Spurs are the 4th seed based on tiebreakers. That's with Wemby being sidelined for nearly half of their games. They were 34-48 last season, with Wemby missing 36 games due to injury. 9-3 in the 12 games Wemby missed this season. So when you look at this Spurs squad, as currently constructed, what's the Spurs ceiling this season if Wemby can stay healthy?
Western Conference Finals?
You think they could get to the Western Conference Finals with this squad?
Yeah, with him healthy and the way they playing, yeah. They definitely have a good chance of getting there.
Yeah, for sure. He need one of those moments though. I think that would boost his confidence, having that. What was it, LeBron versus Boston type of playoff? He need one of those.
Sean, when you look at the Spurs squad, what do you feel like the Spurs ceiling is if Wemby can stay healthy?
I think they make a good trade for another big man. They could take it all the way.
You think that if they trade for what caliber of big man would they need to trade for you to be confident that they could take it all the way?
A Mitchell Robinson type. Another coordinator out there, offensive rebounder, Harkenstein type. Give Wemby some breathers out there. I think they got everything else they need. I think with Castle, he makes a lot of second-year mistakes, jump passes, just turnovers that are just unforced a lot of times, just due to his inexperience. They have everything you need, like I said before. Even Sohan being on the bench, they still got Kelly Olynyk over there. They, and I said, Wemby's being underutilized at this point, just based on team morale. So give them another big, and they'll be set. Because right now, Cornette can't do it by himself out there. He's not enough. He doesn't have a defensive presence that Wemby does. You give somebody that has another defender out there that's big enough to do what they did against OKC. That was the difference maker. And I think if OKC is the standard in the league as a top team to beat, to get to the championship, and you can beat them the way that we beat them, due to the defense that Wemby possesses in the paint presence, we can do that. I think giving him good minutes every now and again, get him back on the floor, on and off, it'll be dope. So they definitely got a chance to win it all. Fuck the halfway. They can win it all.
First round exit. Let me just be honest.
You don't think this Spurs team can win a playoff series in Adam Silver's Western
He
Conference?
said first round exit. He said first round
exit. They play like the Warriors. I think they can beat the Warriors.
I mean, if they beat the Warriors, that means they got to be so high up there that they're playing the bottom seed Warriors. Right now, the way they are, they're going to be playing either
But as it looks right now, like
Minnesota, Houston.
Yeah, this means nothing. But the Rockets or Timberwolves,
right?
the 5th and 6th.
You're talking about a team that their defense is good because of Wemby, right? Mm-hmm. Meaning, if he's healthy, they're great defensively. Offensively, they're not as good as you think, right? They still don't know what they're doing offensively. They struggle offensively. They put the ball, but their defense is what's holding. Now, you got two guys who can't shoot a brick from the field, from the 3 or the free throw line. Your two guards that are athletic, they're shooting, 20% from the 3, and they're shooting like low 70 from the free throw line. So they're still trying to find their way, and we know in the playoffs, that floor shrinks, and they're going to force you. They're going to force Castle to shoot a lot of threes. They're going to force Harper to shoot a lot of threes, right? So because you need your guard play here in the playoffs, and your big is playing like a guard, I don't see them winning a 7-game series against an elite team that understands offense and defense. So I don't see them beating Houston.
You think because
in a 7-game series, they're not beating Denver in a 7-game series.
You think because too many guards got the green light?
No, it's still basketball, right?
Okay.
You're still raw, right?
When they played Dallas.
But what are their players though? But what are their players? Whoever get it, just go, or is it?
Right, they look for the mismatch, right? You're gonna have to really minimize your bad shooting. So Wemby coming down shooting long threes, that's not gonna work. Like you beat an OKC team shooting 41%. You're shooting 41%. You did who was favored in the Knicks series? Knicks. They actually were favored. From Vegas, Vegas had them favored, and they covered that spread. Right? So you beat OKC, you didn't get no, okay, we think you're going to win this championship because you have a lot of flaws, and the flaws is putting the ball in the basket at a high rate.
You don't think these next 2 games they got coming up with OKC says a lot about their season?
Do you think they're going to beat Houston in a 7-game series?
Right now, no.
Okay. No. So, you know what I mean? But because we know one thing that they do, what OKC do have, right? They have offensive guys who can consistently put the ball in the basket.
No, I think it comes through experience at this point.
No, that's what I'm saying. So experience. So
I think D-Fox can help, though?
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Did OKC hit shots against the Spurs?
No.
No?
One game, though.
No?
No, they both shot 41%.
So that means that usually OKC hit shots, right?
Yeah, so 1 game they didn't hit shots.
Right. So the Spurs not hitting shots in the game against the Knicks. It just wasn't hitting shots. They had open looks, Harrison Barnes. All those guys were missing shots. Wide open shots. Champagne. These are shots that would put us up 15. Put us up 20.
But it didn't.
So, because we didn't hit shots.
Right, so
if we're going to talk hoop, We know the game. It's a game of runs. It's a game of if we're hitting shots tonight or we're not hitting shots tonight. If we hit shots in a 7-game series, 3 games out of 7.
That's anybody.
Anybody. But if you can shoot the ball, it can't be anybody. Because that's Charlotte, you're looking at other certain teams that don't have the capabilities.
Portland beat OKC.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
So listen to what I'm saying. Listen, okay, you can ignore it just to go against me, but I'm saying our team, the Spurs, if we're hitting shots, not Castle, but the guy who's supposed to hit shots, we have a very high probability of winning any series. Why? Because we play defense at the same clip as OKC. It's the same clip as any of the high defensive rated teams. And we match up good with Houston. So the difference is only going to be in making shots and who's going to make the other team take tough shots.
When I said
experience,
when I said their offense is the problem, if they're not making shots, it's going to be hard for them to win the series. That's what I was saying. So against OKC, they didn't make shots, nor OKC made shots. They won that game. The next game, they didn't make shots. The other team made shots. The other team won that game. So when you're saying that if they make shots 3 games, they win those 3, but the other 4 games that they didn't make shots, they lose that game. That's all I'm saying. They need to get their offense
with what you're
stable.
Saying, my guy. You said what you said. You didn't have to rebuttal. I'm saying what you're saying.
You said I disagree. You're right, man.
Said exactly what I said. I believe that this is a game. I asked the question starting off. I asked the question. They hit shots, they're going to win. They're going to win games because they play both sides of the ball.
So y'all basically said.
But what if you got to be able to win without making shots?
So what is the question for?
You got to be able to win the hard games when you're not making shots.
We just won a hard game. I mean, hard game was OKC.
Did beat the Thunder. Both shot 41% from the field. Spurs shot 41%. Again, in the NBA Cup title game, Knicks shot 47%.
And our main guy is on minute restriction. He's playing 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, I said that yesterday. I said that's why that was the difference.
So do you anticipate this Spurs squad trying to make a move to bolster this roster? We have talked previously about when they would go all in to start making this.
But do you think they beat the Lakers in a 7-game series? I was thinking that. I was looking at the teams who they could beat. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying.
It's different.
Because
it's different in the playoffs.
It's different in the playoffs.
It's only because it's just I'm not worried. Like they will defend. They will in a playoff series. They will hold everybody 50% and below. I don't see anyone jumping up and having a 60, 70% game against them. So I have everyone sitting about 50 to low 40s on their offense. But the problem is, can they have a consistent 50% output? That's the question in the playoffs, because the playoffs is making them play offense in a half court. And that becomes a difference with guys who don't shoot the ball and the big that wants to play on the outside. So it's going to be, when he's on the outside, you're not getting offensive rebounds, right? And then when your guards do get fouled shooting at a low 70%, I mean, if you have a bad matchup, if you have any decent matchup, Houston, you got Houston, you got Denver, you got Timberwolves, right? Those guys in the playoffs, they have go-to guys who understand how to put the ball in the basket at a very high level. So it's just the matchup, I have them going out in the first round in a 7-game series. If they play the Warriors, then maybe yeah.
But Wemby is a change in the half.
Defensively.
No, but just throwing him the ball in the post.
He don't post. We can't think of how we would play the game. We got to think about how they actually play the game. That's all.
The way that we actually play the game now, as far as from my perspective, Castle, Fox, going to put pressure on the rim more. Their offense is predicated to flare screens into pick and rolls. And those flare screens into pick and rolls are based on trying to create the mismatches, regardless if it's Cornet or Wemby. And based on that, Castle is not shooting a high rate 3-point shots. He is trying to get to the rim. Vassell the same way, but Vassell can actually shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Fox, where does Fox want to go? he only going to shoot open threes. He's not going to come down and try to shoot contested threes. He's trying to get to the free throw line jump shot. So if we really talking the hoop, it's based on not necessarily getting Wemby in the post, but getting him clean shots. If we get him clean shots, we get Johnson off the bench, him and Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes wasn't hitting shots the last 2 games. This is somebody who's going to hit shots. So I believe that the rate of getting to the free throw line, putting pressure on teams like Houston, putting pressure on their back line, making sure they foul, the more we get to the line, even if we're shooting 70% from the free throw line, the more shots we shoot from the free throw line, the more chances we got to make those shots.
I said throw it in the post because in the playoffs they shrink the paint. And for me, I don't think right now Castle has the ability to create like that. Like to
One
take
guy.
somebody off the bench.
That's one guy.
Even with Fox.
We don't play ISO ball when you talk about playoffs. You say, listen, let's go to the pick and roll.
That's attacking.
Go to the pick and roll. We're not talking about just let's do ISO.
Shrink the paint on that team.
You shrink the paint on the pick and roll, what we doing?
I'm shrinking. That's why I'm saying it would be better for me to throw it in the post and let Wemby create.
You still shrinking? You
tall.
still shrinking?
He's too tall. He's too tall.
You shrinking in the paint, that means you're doubling, right? So then we got Champagne, we got Vassell on the outside, and we got wide open threes now. We playing a numbers game at that point. And if you're in the playoffs, you're gonna play a numbers game. You're gonna live by die by that.
Yeah.
We take that chance. Fuck it.
It's 30. Is 30s? What is a good 3-point percentage? What is a good 3-point percentage for a team?
36, 37, maybe
14?
35.
14.
I'll say anything over 35 is
Over 35
solid.
is solid.
What they shoot?
It's like shooting 50, 152?
They shoot
Yeah,
36.
for anything 40, 38, 40 is crazy for a
They
team.
shoot 36. Not that bad. I didn't know 30 was good.
So we asked the chat, what's the Spurs ceiling? We gave them 4 options: NBA Finals, Western Conference Finals, second round, or first round exit. 36% said second round, 31% said Western Conference Finals, 23% said NBA Finals, and 10% said first round exit. But we will see how this season pans out. Let's keep this thing moving. Today's show is sponsored by SeatGeek.